Today is Transgender Day of Remembrance. I'm Stella, and I'm non-binary. My pronouns are she, they. There are 47 names today that we'll be reading off. 47 names of transgender or gender non-conforming people who lost their lives to violence this year. Violence against them for the crime of existing. This only accounts for those reported and identified. The cases of missing transgender people are rarely solved and go unreported as a result. Or they're misgendered in the report, which means the 47 names that we're reading tonight is a fraction of the actual number. This list also does not include those who have taken their own lives, and tonight we are here to honor all of them. 2021 is officially the deadliest year for transgender and gender nonconforming people, and nearly all of those on this list are people of color. Every year the list gets longer. This year has already set the record, and we aren't even done yet. Today we gather to remember those who have lost their lives and to create visibility for an epidemic of hatred against trans people, because it's time to fight back. The best way to fight back is visibility, to live and be yourself. If you're not ready to come out, that's okay. We still love you, and we'll be here ready and waiting to use your true pronouns and your true name. We will be here ready and waiting to accept you. We know that not everyone has a home that is willing to accept them. So we need you to know that we are your family now, and there is hope. And it's okay to stay in the closet, especially if you feel unsafe. We'll be here when you're ready and when it's safe for you to do so. We've had a very contentious fight for our Wenatchee School District this year, with people relying on fear, hatred, and misinformation to whip votes. We were able to retain Maria Iniguez, who provides an invaluable perspective on the board and has always been a vocal supporter of our LGBTQIA2S+ community. She is currently the loudest voice on the school board, pushing for equity and inclusion. While one member said at the last school board meeting that this isn't the time, our question for Ms. Julie Norton then is this: if not now, when? When is a good time to make sure our children are safe and educated fairly? When? We lost an ally in Dr. Michelle Sandberg to Catherine Thomas, who opposes the basic dignity of bathroom access for trans children in our schools and spreads the false stigma that trans youth are predators waiting to prey on their children. This is what we are fighting against. None of the names on this list are from our local community, but there are 2 from Washington State this year. But one of the names could be from our community if the fear and deliberate mischaracterization of our children continues. The dehumanization of transgender people begins with stigma and are exacerbated by racism and sexism. We need to look out for each other. According to Human Rights Campaign Foundation, 84% of transgender youth do not always feel safe in the classroom. Over half of young transgender people can never use the restroom at school that aligns with their gender. As an ally, you can help create visibility for trans people by adding your pronouns to your emails and other communication. This might be something small to you, and you may get pushback from those seeking to erase our existence, but it creates visibility and normalization for trans people. As an ally, start introducing yourself with your pronouns. Make it normal. If you're unsure about someone's pronouns, ask. But ask in a respectful way. The best way that I've come up with recently has been, "Hi, I'm Stella. My pronouns are she, they. What are yours?" That way, it doesn't make it awkward. But don't ask about their trans status. That doesn't matter. Respect and acceptance matters. The next time you're out and about on town, I want you to introduce yourself to someone you don't know and use your pronouns. Practice makes perfect. If someone you know has changed their name or pronouns, accept it and practice when they aren't around. Using their dead name and past pronouns is still disrespectful when they aren't around, even if you're mad at them or don't think they can hear you. And especially if you yourself are transgender, just don't do it. At all times, we need to protect each other. We must lead here because no one else will. When folks get married, it's always, "Congratulations, Mrs. Smith." When someone comes out to you and introduces their new name, make sure you don't disparage or ask them why. You don't question when someone changes their name for marriage, so why not congratulate somebody who found their true selves? Practice makes perfect. So make sure to remind the people around you to use your given name. It's okay to demand respect and advocate for yourself, though for many of us, that is incredibly difficult. According to the Trevor Project, transgender and non-binary youth who reported having their pronouns respected by all of the people that they lived with attempted suicide at half the rate of those who did not. Simply respecting a child's pronouns can help save them. 3 out of 4 transgender and gender nonconforming youth hear their family make negative remarks about LGBTQ people. Over half of transgender or gender nonconforming youth say they have been mocked by their family for their identity. 40% of homeless youth are LGBTQ. We live in a community where people still think they can pray away the gay. While we fought for the school board to ensure we had allies to protect our children, I remember an interaction with one mother. She was asked what would happen if their child came out to her. Her answer? She said she would read them the Bible and remind them they were going to hell. This is in our town. 13% of transgender people report that one or more professionals, such as psychologists, counselors, or religious advisors, tried to stop them from being transgender. Wenatchee Pride tabled up in Pateros over the summer, and the president of our board, Lincoln, told me that one kid came over and tears streaming because they'd never had a pride flag or seen any queer representation. None. We are invisible to many people for fear of their reaction to our true, authentic selves. And the fear of being misgendered is so real for some that they will go through life being misgendered anyway. 3 in 4 of the known transgender victims of violence will be misgendered in the initial police reports or media reports surrounding their death. Over 3,600 transgender people are known to have been killed in the last decade in dozens of countries across the world, according to Trans Respect versus Transphobia Worldwide, a global project combining the efforts of advocates in more than 100 countries. Know that change is coming, because we are the change, and we won't put up with this anymore. I'll end with a quote from the infamous Marsha P. Johnson. History isn't something you look back at and say, it was inevitable. It happens because people make decisions that are sometimes very impulsive and of the moment, but those moments are cumulative realities. Now we'll read the 47 names. TYIANNA Alexander, Samuel Edmund Damien Valentine, BIANCA MUFFIN BANKZ, Dominique Jackson, 50 BANDZ, ALEXUS KIMMY Icon BRAXTON, China Carrillo, Jeffrey JJ Bright, Jasmine CANNADY, JENNA Franks, Diamond KYREE Sanders, RAYANNA PARDO, AIDELEN Evans, JAIDA Peterson, Dominique LUCIOUS, REMY FENNELL, TIARA BANKZ, NATALIA SMUT, Iris SANTOS, Tiffany Thomas, KERI Washington, Jahira Delto, Thomas Harden, Whispering Wind Bear Spirit, Sophie Vasquez, Danica Danny Henson, Serenity Hollis, Poe Black, Oliver Ollie Taylor, Tierra Marie Lewis, EJ Boykin, Taya Ashton, Shai Vanderpump, Coco Chanel, Miss Coco Wortham, Pooh Johnson, Zoe Martinez, Desaya Monet, Brianna Hamilton, Kier Laprie Cartier, Royal Poetical Stars, Mel Groves, Joe Acker, Jesse Hart, Ricky True Starlet Atamuro, Marquisha Lawrence, Jenny De Leon, and Angel Naira. Thank you for listening, and I'll have all of the sources for the statistics posted on my website and in the description. Be careful, and help us make progress.
Hit that subscribe button to stay updated with us, and any sources we've used in today's episode are below or are available on our website at progressivedevilry.com.